नमस्कार आणि येवकार तुमका प्रुडंट मीडियाच्या विधानसभेच्या काळातल्या ब्रेक जाता त्यांना घेतात त्या चर्चेत दी ब्रेक अवर. आदले दिसाचो एक प्रश्न घेऊन आम्ही हांगा ब्रेक अवरा वेळार चर्चा करतात थोडं वायडर पर्स्पेक्टिवांतल्यान. कालच्या विधानसभे भितर खूप प्रश्न आयले पण तातूंतलो एक प्रश्न जो कालच न्हय म्हाका दिसता फाटली 10 वर्सां जाली वा 10-15 वर्सां जातली पूण 10 वर्सां चड गोंयांत प्रत्येक विधानसभेक येत आसा. प्रत्येक विधानसभेत ताजेर चर्चा जाता. नवी नवी सरकार येतात, नवी नवी आश्वासनां दितात पूण तरीकय कांय जायना. तो म्हणटा तो गार्बेज. आणि हे गार्बेजीचें प्रकरण दिसान दीस वाडत चल्लां. गोंयकारांची संख्या 15 लाख, टुरिस्ट येतात 30 लाख आनी तातूंतल्यान सगळ्याक गार्बेज वाडटा. आणि ह्या गार्बेजीच्या ट्रिटमेंटाच्या संदर्भांतल्यान अजून पर्यंत कॉन्क्रीट कांय सुरू जायना. अशा वेळार हाजेर काल जेन्ना डिस्कशन जालें त्या डिस्कशना भितर एक गजाल स्पष्टपणान मुखार आयली जी मुख्यमंत्र्यांनी सांगली ती म्हणजे आता आनीक एक नवी टेक्नॉलॉजी सरकार सोदतलें आणि ती टेक्नॉलॉजी फायनलायज करून 2 प्लांट्स एक सावथाक आणि एक नॉर्थाक अशी घालतले आणि 1 वर्स 1.5 वर्स तरी लागतली ही सगळी प्रक्रिया पुराय जावपाक. ह्या संदर्भांतल्यान चर्चा करपाक आमचे कडेन हांगा 2 मानेस्त आसात. तातूंतली एक जी फाटली कितलीशीच वर्सां गार्बेजाच्या प्रश्नाचेर झगडत आसा, आपले विचार मांडीत आसा आणि सातत्यान मांडटा आणि ताकाच लागून आयज पणजेच्या महानगरपालिकेन तांकां कॉप्ट करून घेतिल्ले आसा. खासा करून ह्या प्रश्ना खातीर आदी कावन्सिलर आशिल्ली पणजेची ती पॅट्रिशिया पिंटो. दुसरे आमचे कडेन आसात ते पयलीं काम करताले, आतां तांणी स्वताचो बिझनेसय सुरू केल्लो आसा. खास करून एनवायरमेंटल कन्सल्टन्सी, डिजिटल कन्सल्टन्सी भितर आसात. एक एनवायरमेंट कन्सल्टंट आनी एक एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट म्हणून वावुरतात मूळ पेडणेचे, पूण ह्या क्षेत्रां भितर सातत्यान वावुरतात ते प्रदीप सरमुखातर.
नमस्कार.
तुमकां दोगांकय आमच्या स्टुडिओ भितर येवकार. आनी पॅट्रिशिया, लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ दीस थिंग दॅट अगेन अ न्यू गव्हर्मेंट कम्स and a new government again says that new technology. Now so many technologies were tried or discussed, or some consultants came, they even thought of setting up a plant, nothing happened, and now a new government is saying a new technology. Do we now really require a new technology at this stage, or these same old technologies we can go ahead with?
See, there are various technologies coming up, and in a way I'm happy that government is looking for some technology to start something, because it's a real serious issue. Garbage is a real serious issue. But the same issue is coming up over and over again. As you said, they were identifying 2 sites. The House Committee had identified it way back in 2000 and maybe 5 or 4. Then again, 2 sites were marked in the regional plan. Now we are still looking for sites. So this goes on, and I hope finally the sites are found, because it's high time. Otherwise, Goa is really going bad and worse every day.
ओके, प्रदीप, तुका कितें दिसता की खऱ्यांनी म्हणजे आतां यू हॅव ऑल्सो ट्रायड सम टेक्नॉलॉजीज समवेअर, इन सम प्लेसेस तुम्ही काय एक्सपेरिमेंट्स केल्या वेअर यू हॅव बीन अ कन्सल्टंट मे बी इन दी म्युनिसिपालिटीज ऑर आय थिंक इन
पंचायत लेवल
ब्रिटोना पंचायती भितर म्हाका दिसता
विलेज पंचायत पेन दी फ्रांस
सॉरी. डू वी रियली रिक्वायर टू आयडेंटिफाय अ न्यू टेक्नॉलॉजी? गरज आहा नवी तंत्रज्ञान सोदून मुखार वचपाचें काय आस्ती घेवन मुखार वचपाक जाता?
म्हाका दिसता न्ही सर, हे प्रश्न तंत्रज्ञानान सुटनात. हे प्रश्न ज्या जाग्यार जनरेट जाता ती किचन, आणि थंय जर आमकां पद्दतशीर आमी जशें पंचायत लेवलाचेर आमी हे ट्राय केले, कित्याक आमी खूप व्हडल्या लेवलाचेर वचून म्युनिसिपालिटीचेरूय एक प्लांट आमी कन्सल्टंट आशिल्ले. ते काम चलतना आमकां दिसून आयलें की न्हय, हो प्रश्न इतल्या मोठ्या जाग्याचेर आमी सोडोवपाक शकना. सो आमी अशें विचार केले की ज्या जाग्यार हो निर्माण जाता थंय आमी या. सो आमी पंचायत लेवलाचेर एक पायलट प्रोजेक्ट सेटअप करून 2-3 वर्सां आमी चलयता. आनी ना म्हणल्यार 500 घरांतल्यान आमी डेली कचरो गोळा करून ताची प्रक्रिया करून ताचे सेंद्रीय खत निर्माण करता, कंपोस्ट, ते विकून पंचायतीक इन्कम दिता. सो इकॉनॉमिकली तो कसो चलोवपाचो, टेक्नॉलॉजिकली म्हणत जाल्यार निसर्ग नॉर्मली करता कंपोस्टिंग किंवा बायोगॅस, तंत्रज्ञानात तीच आसा. पूण प्रश्न असो आसा की ही गांवांत सोडोवपाक जाता, ज्या जाग्यार जनरेट जावपाक सोडोवपाक जाता, की तो प्रश्न आमी मोठो करपाचो आनी मागीर व्हडलें तंत्रज्ञान वापरून ताका व्हडल्या सायटी घालून करपाचें. सो हाचेर म्हाका दिसता जागतीक कन्सेन्सस अशें आसा आयज की ल्हान प्रश्न जेन्ना आसता तेन्ना थंयच अटॅक करून तो जर सोडयत जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता तो प्रश्न व्हडलो करपाची गरज ना. आनी जे ऑलरेडी व्हडले जाल्ले आसात शहरांनी प्रश्न, ते सोडोवपाक डेफिनेटली आमकां व्हडले.
Centralization or decentralization?
No, I think decentralization is good, and if I look at it, if you look at the type of waste, wet waste, dry waste, wet waste is not really a problem. There are technologies available, different ways of composting. The problem really is dry waste. The problem is how do you dispose of, how do you recycle this dry waste, what happens to the non-recyclable waste. So these are the problems that really should be tackled.
Which is the non-recyclable?
Well, there are lots of, the non-recyclable waste as of now is thermocol, because there is no way to treat it here, and even if you want to send it out of Goa, you've got to, the volume is lots, so cost of transport will be a lot, so you've got to see how you can, you know, make the thing smaller. Then you have different items like leather, rubber, resin, and most important is the new bags which I brought that have been coming out. If you notice, all packaging, go to any supermarket, any shop, and you'll see all packaging is in packets like this. These cannot be recycled.
Yeah.
These cannot be recycled. They're multi-layered, they're plastic outside, they're foil inside, and these are a big problem. This also cannot be recycled.
No, this is not recycled.
No, because this is lower density plastic, which cannot, and this comes as a biscuit tray inside that packet.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is a huge problem. Now what happens is the government had supplied baling machines whereby you bale all this non-recyclable material. We have 2 of the baling machines in Panjim. This was supplied somewhere in September 2011. And all this material is being sent to the ACC factory as RDF, is refuse derived fuel. But the problem is transporting this material costs a lot. Transporting all this out of Goa costs a lot of money. The government is paying for it. We are generating this waste. Government is paying for the waste. What happens to the polluter? The polluter is the company that is coming out with their all their products with fancy
this
packaging.
Is not going to stop.
येस
मागीर कितें करपाचें?
म्हाका दिसता न्ही सर, हाका भरपूर प्रोविजन्स आसा. आमच्या कायद्या भितर प्रोविजन्स आसात, आमच्या टेक्नॉलॉजिकल प्रोविजन्स आसा. देर इज टेक्नॉलॉजी वेर यू कॅन कन्वर्ट युअर प्लास्टिक इंटू डिझेल, इंटू फ्युएल. सो वॉट आय एम अगेन सेईंग इज technologies are available, there are provisions in the law, but I feel that there is no expertise and there is no proper device mechanism where the person who is desiring to do something gets the total systematic help. It is not available.
Is it possible for the government to identify a good technology? हाजे पयलीं आशिल्लें तांणी कितें आयडेंटिफाय केलें नाशिल्लें तर?
Yeah, no, probably government could identify a technology. This goes as RDF for burning only. If there's some other technology where this can be used. In fact, Tetra Pak, the Tetra Pak was a problem earlier, but now since Tetra Pak is taking their packets back and they're making books and all that, there's no problem. So if you have technologies like this, then it is okay.
No,
if you do not,
he's talking about basically saying that the expertise is not available to identify the technology, right?
Yes.
मागीर कोणी आयडेंटिफाय करप? Now they are saying science and technology department will do it.
एक्चुअली कांय वर्सां पयलीं म्हाका खबर आसा की एक प्लास्टीक टू ऑयल करपी एक कंपनी येवन गोंयांत ट्राय करताले प्लांट सेटअप करपाक, कित्याक बायोमेडिकलाक हांगा थंय सगळे मेळून आपूण ट्रीट करपाक. पूण अशी पद्दत आसा की सेंट्रल पोल्युशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड हॅज टू अप्रूव दॅट टेक्नॉलॉजी. सो आतां प्रश्न असो जाला की आमी जेन्ना आतां म्हज्या पंचायतीक जेन्ना हांव घालूंक सोदता, हांव करस्पॉन्डन्स करता वेरियस गव्हर्मेंट डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन की बाबा म्हाका टेक्नॉलॉजी घालपाक जाय, पूण बाजारांत 10 लोक उबे आसा तंत्रज्ञान घेवन, हांवें कोणाक दिवचें? सो ऑल्दो आय एम एन एक्सपर्ट, I still need to be endorsed. I want to see a functional plant somewhere, which I don't see any help mechanism is there because they are already overburdened. There is no dedicated person or dedicated institution who can solve these problems. So I think people willingness is there, but when it comes to actually pinpointing the technology, there could be 1 or 2, but we have to spend time in doing research rather than catching the first comer and doing the solution.
Unfortunately, if you see in Goa, what we are doing is every municipality is working out its own solutions.
Yeah.
Every municipality, whether it's Margaon will try its own solution, Panjim will try its own, everybody its own. There's no one dedicated department that is trying to find out something and say, come on, let us do this for Goa, for the whole of Goa, let us do this, and then assist the municipalities, assist the panchayats, get all the technical clearance, which you sometimes have to send files to PWD for technical whatever assistance. Nothing, you know, there's no centralized place where all this is done. And I think in other states they do have it. They do have it. They have a department for this, maybe under the Directorate of Municipal Administration or Panchayats. There is a department. Here there isn't. So you have everybody trying out their own things. Some fail, some succeed. So it's all trial and error, and that is what is happening. So I
are
think
you
we should have.
proposing in your field that गव्हर्नमेंटान खंय तरी असो तरी एक सेल
Yes.
करपाची गरज आसा.
I
A
think-
cell is required.
Definitely.
I think it's very important. Now government has set up a monitoring cell, but not a cell to put up a proper technology. Monitoring is fine if a system is in place. Now there is a monitoring committee which is supposed to monitor everything, but with no systems in place, what are you monitoring? So, but you need some department, maybe under the Department of Science and Environment, that says this is the right thing that is required for Goa. All panchayats, municipalities should go this way, whatever way it is.
Secondly, Goa is a very, very small place in that sense. Okay, at Bangalore city, they are saying that there is the best plant and all. थंयची पसून population कितलीशी चड आसतलें इतले Bangalore म्हणजे गोंयची population also is less. Do we really require 2 plants?
I think so. I think we require to, because it is easier for transportation of the waste from a place. Otherwise, you'll have something from Kankan going right to the other end. So if you have 2 plants, it's easier to manage. And one for north, one for south is ideal for these areas. And of course, all the plants that have been set up continue.
What do you feel?
सर म्हाका दिसता हो प्रश्न कसो सुरू जालो जेन्ना पळय आमी गांवांनी हो प्रश्न इक्वल ना. सी इन गोवा इज अ टिपिकल सिच्युएशन वेर ऑलमोस्ट द फ्लोटिंग पॉप्युलेशन इज इक्वल टू द पॉप्युलेशन ऑफ अवर रेसिडेंट्स. दॅट्स वाय वॉट शी सेज इज perfectly correct that you need 2 plants, but at the same time I would say the combination of centralized as well as decentralized, because now we have made efforts at various panchayats. Many panchayats have their small decentralized efforts. Does it mean that we should stop all those efforts and have 2 big plants? It's like having big 2 plants means tomorrow you have 2 big factories like working. If there is some technical failure, then again we are dependent on those things. We don't have our transport systems. आमचे कडेन रस्ते इतले बरे ना की आमी गार्बेज व्हरूंक शकता. देर इज नो सेपरेट रोड्स एंड you need a completely enclosed containers to take it away. So हो सगळो जर विचार करतात म्हाका दिसता जे कितें प्रयत्न चल्ला हातूंतले जे प्रयत्न बरे आसा हे वेचून काडून तांकां पुष्टी दिवपाची गरज आसा. आनी जे जाग्याचेर कांयच जाल्लें ना आनी नव्यांनी कितें करपाचें आसा थंय हे 2 प्लांट डेफिनेटली हेल्प करतले. कित्याक आमचे पीक सिजनाक खूब आसता वेस्ट आनी आतां लीन सिजनाक आतां पळयत जाल्यार वेस्ट आमचे जे ओरिजिनल आसा ते वेस्ट आसता. पण आतां टुरिजम ना म्हणल्यार तरी वर्सभर जवळ आसता. आनी एक लक्षांत दवरूंक जाय की
No, but when you are saying that okay, government is trying to identify some technology which will be the best technology. Now that technology is not yet experimented and municipalities are already experimenting something else.
Yes.
So they should continue with that technology, the technology which is not so much viable.
No, I think they have to stop experimenting with the technologies, because many things have been proved. It is not a big technology. Let me tell you, पयली गायरी आसताली घरा फाटल्यान थंय सगळो कचरो वतालो तो बंद केलो काय थंय ताचे ऑटोमॅटिक कंपोस्ट पण कमी क्वॉन्टिटी आसताली. आतां आमकां कळ्ळें त्या घरान 4 पट लोक रावपाक आयले जाल्यार एक गायरी पावची ना, व्हडली जागो जाय पडटलो. सो म्हाका दिसता हातूंत टेक्नॉलॉजी हो व्हडलो आस्पेक्ट ना, पूण एक बरें तंत्रज्ञान घेतल्या उपरांत तें चलपाक जाय. आज आमी गोंयांत इतली एग्जांपलां पळयलां की घालतना सुरवातीक टेक्नॉलॉजी बरी आशिल्ली पण आज कित्याक फेल जाल्या थोडे प्लांट्स, कित्याक ते चलोवपाची जी एक्सपर्टायज लागता ताका जो कंटिन्युअस मॉनिटरींग सपोर्ट लागता, कंटिन्युअस इम्प्रुवमेंट लागता, ह्यो गोश्टी म्हजे मते चड गरजेच्यो आसा.